Welcome to Tides of Time, where the gentle currents of history carry you into a world of calm and quiet discovery. Tonight, we invite you to drift into the vibrant, chaotic heart of Brazil's where football, the beautiful game, took root and grew into a national passion. Picture yourself standing on a sun-warmed street in Rio de Janeiro, the air alive with the hum of voices, the distant rhythm of samba, and the soft crash of ocean waves. This 2-hour journey will weave through the dusty pitches of the favela, the triumphs of legends, and the enduring spirit of a game that binds a nation. Each story is crafted to soothe your mind, blending rich historical details with the gentle ambience of a crackling fire and the murmur of a city night. Settle in, let your thoughts soften, and allow the tales of Brazil's football history to guide you toward restful sleep. Our journey begins with the arrival of football in Brazil, a seed planted by distant travelers that would bloom into a cultural force. From there, we'll explore the early clubs, the favela's embrace of the game, and the rise of its greatest stars, all while uncovering the challenges and dreams that shaped this story. Let the rhythm of these tales, like the gentle lapping of waves, carry you through the past. Whether you listen closely or drift into dreams, these stories are here to cradle you in the warmth of history. Let's begin. Imagine yourself in the bustling port of Rio de Janeiro in the late 1890s, where the sun glints off the turquoise waters of Guanabara Bay. The air is thick with the salty damps of the sea, mingled with the creak of wooden ships and the shouts of dockworkers unloading crates of tea and cotton. You stand on a weathered pier, your linen shirt clinging to your skin in the humid warmth, as a British merchant ship, its sails tattered from the Atlantic crossing, ties up nearby. Among the sailors, a few kick a leather ball, their laughter echoing over the water. This is the moment football arrives in Brazil, a curious game from a distant land, brought by British expatriates and destined to weave itself into the nation's soul. Football, as it was then, was a far cry from the structured sport you might picture. In England, it had only recently been codified, its rules set by men in smoky London taverns. Here in Brazil, it was an oddity. A game of kicking a heavy, stitched ball across uneven ground with no clear boundaries or teams. Imagine the sailors, their boots scuffed and dusty, playing on a patch of cleared dirt near the docks. The ball, made of leather stuffed with rags, thuds against the ground, its sound sharp in the humid air. Local workers pause, curious, watching as the foreigners chase and shout, their movements a strange dance under the tropical sun. Some Brazilians join in, hesitant at first, their bare feet testing the ball's weight, their laughter mixing with the sailors' calls. The game spreads slowly, like ripples across a still pond. In Rio and São Paulo, British engineers, merchants, and railway workers play informal matches, often on makeshift pitches near warehouses or railway yards. Picture a group of men, their shirts stained with sweat, kicking the ball between piles of crates, the air heavy with the scent of oil and tar. The pitches are rough, studded with stones or patches of grass, and the games are chaotic, with no fixed number of players. A goal might be 2 barrels set a few paces apart, and a score brings cheers that echo through the port. The locals, from dockworkers to street vendors, watch with growing fascination, drawn to the game's energy, its promise of joy in a world of labor. Yet, this early football is not for everyone. It belongs, at first, to the British expatriates and the Brazilian elite who mingle with them. Imagine a wealthy merchant's son, educated in English schools, joining a match on a private estate. His polished boots contrast with the sailors' worn ones, and he plays with a seriousness that hints at the game's growing prestige. The rules, loosely based on England's Football Association, are explained in halting Portuguese, with terms like offside and foul, foreign to the local tongue. Matches are rare, organized by clubs like the Rio Cricket and Athletic Club, where the air smells of freshly cut grass and imported tea. These early games are exclusive, played behind the walls of elite far from the crowded streets where most Brazilians live. The challenges of this new game are many. The balls are heavy, prone to bursting when kicked too hard, and replacements are costly, shipped from England at great expense. The tropical climate takes its toll, the leather warping in the humidity, the pitches turning to mud in sudden rains. Imagine a match halted by a downpour, players slipping in the mire, their laughter tinged with frustration. There's also resistance. Some locals see football as a foreign intrusion, a distraction from work or traditional games like capoeira, with its rhythmic dance and music. Yet, the game's simplicity, needing only a ball and a patch of ground, begins to draw in those beyond the elite, planting seeds in communities where the sport will soon flourish. As you picture these early matches, the sun setting over the bay, the air cooling as the sailors pack away their ball, you sense the quiet beginnings of a revolution. Football is not yet Brazil's heartbeat, but its rhythm is starting to echo, carried by the curiosity of those who watched from the sidelines. The docks grow quiet, the creak of ships fading into the night, and the game waits, ready to spill into the streets and favelas. This is the first step in a journey that will transform a nation, a story that unfolds slowly, like the tide creeping up the shore. As the sun dips below the horizon in Rio's bustling port, the echoes of those early football matches fade into the soft hum of the evening. The game, brought by British sailors, has taken its first tentative steps on Brazilian soil, played on dusty docks and private estates, but its roots are about to spread further, finding fertile ground among the elite of snow polo, where wealth and ambition shape the sport's next chapter. Imagine yourself stepping away from the salty air of the coast into the polished halls of a city on the rise, where football begins to carve its place among the privileged. Let the gentle rhythm of this story carry you forward as we explore the early elite clubs that helped shape Brazil's love for the game. Picture yourself in São Paulo in the early 1900s, standing in the manicured gardens of a grand estate, where the air carries the faint scent of blooming jacaranda trees and polished leather. You are a guest at one of the city's first football clubs, a gathering place for Brazil's wealthy elite, where the clink of crystal glasses and the soft tread of polished boots on wooden floors set the tone. The sun filters through tall windows, casting long shadows across rooms adorned with imported furniture, a world far removed from the crowded docks of Rio. Here football is no longer a sailor's pastime but a refined pursuit, embraced by the sons of merchants and landowners, eager to emulate the British game they've come to admire. In these early years, football is a privilege of the affluent. Clubs like the São Paulo Athletic Club, founded in 1888 by British and Clube de Regatas Flamengo, born in Rio in 1895, cater to the cosmopolitan elite. Imagine a match on a private field, its grass meticulously trimmed, surrounded by white fences that gleam in the morning light. The players, young men from wealthy families, wear crisp woolen kits, long shorts and heavy shirts that chafe in the tropical heat. Their boots, imported from England, thud softly against the leather ball, the sound mingling with the murmur of spectators sipping coffee under canvas awnings. These games are formal affairs, with referees in starched uniforms enforcing rules still unfamiliar to many. The clubs are more than just sporting venues. They are social hubs where status is displayed. Picture a clubhouse, its walls lined with portraits of British sportsmen, the air thick with the aroma of tobacco and roasted coffee beans. Members gather to discuss trade, politics, and the latest match, their voices low and measured, their laughter restrained. To join a club requires wealth or connections, and the players are often educated abroad, fluent in English, their manners polished. They read about football in imported newspapers, their pages crinkling as they study the exploits of English teams like Blackburn Rovers. For them, football is a mark of sophistication, a way to align with the modern world while distinguishing themselves from the working mass. Yet, even in this refined world, challenges abound. The fields, though better than the dockside pitches, are often uneven, their grass worn thin by heavy rains. Imagine a match paused as players clear stones or puddles, their boots sinking into soft earth. Equipment is scarce, balls and goalposts are expensive, and a torn net might halt play for weeks. The tropical climate tests the players' endurance, their woolen kits soaked with sweat, their faces flushed under wide-brimmed hats. Rivalries between clubs, like Flamengo and Fluminense, begin to simmer, fueled by class distinctions and regional pride. A disputed goal can spark heated debates, the tension lingering in the clubhouse long after the whistle blows. The elite's embrace of football sets the stage for its spread. Workers and servants, lingering at the edges of these private fields, watch with growing interest, their eyes following the ball's arc. Imagine a young groundskeeper, his hands rough from tending the pitch, kicking a rag ball with friends after hours, mimicking the moves he's seen. The game's allure begins to seep beyond the fences, carried by whispers and makeshift matches in the streets. These early clubs, with their wealth and structure, lay the foundation for football's growth, but their exclusivity cannot contain the passion they've ignited. As you picture the players retiring to the clubhouse, the evening air cooling, the scent of jacaranda lingering, you sense the game's quiet transformation. Football is no longer just a British import, it is becoming Brazilian, its rhythm starting to pulse in the nation's heart. The polished boots and manicured fields are only the beginning, a prelude to the fervor that will soon spill into the favelas, where the game will find its truest home. As the polished boots of São Paulo's elite fade into the twilight of their manicured fields, the echo of their games lingers, carried beyond the white fences of exclusive clubs. The ball, once a privilege of the wealthy, begins to roll into the crowded, vibrant streets of Rio's favelas, where a new kind of football takes root. Imagine yourself leaving the orderly estates, stepping into a labyrinth of narrow alleys, where the air hums with life and the rhythm of the game beats like a pulse. Let us now wander into these communities where football finds a home among the people. Its energy is raw and unyielding as the sun-baked earth. The story continues, gently guiding you through the favela's embrace of the beautiful game. Picture yourself in Rio de Janeiro in the early 20th century, standing in a dusty alley of a favela perched on a hillside overlooking the city. The air is warm, thick with the scent of sun-warmed earth and the faint taps of cooking fires where beans simmer in clay pots. You're surrounded by a patchwork of home shacks of corrugated tin and salvaged wood, their walls leaning against one another, vibrant with splashes of paint or laundry flapping in the breeze. In the heart of this crowded neighborhood, children chase a makeshift ball, their bare feet kicking up clouds of dust, their laughter mingling with the distant strum of a guitar. This is where football, the game of the elite, becomes the heartbeat of the favelas, a passion born in the streets and nurtured by community. The favelas of this era are worlds unto themselves, built by workers and migrants who flock to Rio seeking jobs in factories or docks. Life here is a constant dance with hardship. Imagine waking to the clatter of tin roofs under morning rain. Your home a single room where a family of 6 sleeps on mats woven from straw. The streets are narrow, winding, and alive with activity. Vendors hawk mangoes and roasted corn, their voices a steady hum. Children dart between carts, their shouts sharp in the humid air. Yet, amidst this struggle, football offers a rare joy, a game that requires little more than a ball and a patch of ground. The ball might be a bundle of rags tied with string, or an old leather sphere worn smooth by countless kicks, its thud a constant rhythm in the favela's daily life. Football in the favelas is not the structured game of the elite clubs. Picture a match unfolding on a sloping, uneven street, where goals are marked by piles of stones or rusted barrels. The players, young and old, wear tattered shirts and no shoes, their feet toughened by the earth. The rules are fluid. Games might have 10 players on one side, 15 on another, with no referee to enforce fouls. A goal, scored when the ball rolls between the stones, sparks cheers that echo off the tin walls, drawing neighbors to windows and doorways. The air carries the scent of dust and sweat, mingled with the faint sweetness of sugarcane juice sold by a nearby vendor. These matches are chaotic, joyful, and fiercely communal, a shared escape from the grind of daily survival. The game's appeal lies in its accessibility. Unlike the elite clubs, where membership demands wealth, the favela's pitches are open to all. Imagine a boy, no older than 10, weaving through older players, his bare feet dancing around the ball with a grace that belies his patched clothes. His skill earns nods from onlookers who see in him the spark of something greater. Women to join in, though less often, kicking the ball in quieter corners of the favela. Their laughter, a rare break from chores like hauling water or scrubbing laundry. The community gathers to watch, sitting on crates or leaning against walls, their voices weaving a tapestry of encouragement and friendly taunts. Yet, life in the favelas shapes the game's challenges. The pitches are treacherous, studded with rocks or broken glass, and a misstep can mean a twisted ankle or a cut foot. Equipment is scarce. Balls burst bizarrely, and replacing them means sacrificing a day's wages. Rain turns the streets to mud, halting play, while drought leaves the ground hard as stone, jarring the player's bones with every kick. social tensions linger. Too. The favelas are diverse, home to Afro-Brazilians, indigenous families, and migrants, and disputes over space or pride can flare during Yet, football soothes these divides. Its shared joy a fleeting balm for the inequalities that define life here. As you imagine standing in that alley, the ball rolling to a stop as the sun dips low, the favela's embrace of football feels like a quiet rebellion. The game is no longer a foreign import or an elite pastime. It belongs to the people, its rhythm pulsing through the crowded streets. The laughter fades, the players disperse to their homes, and the ball waits for tomorrow, a symbol of hope in a world of struggle. Let this scene linger, its vibrant energy softening into the night, as we prepare to explore how this street game gave rise to a new kind of football. As the dust settles in the favela's alleys and the echoes of laughter fade into the warm evening, the rhythm of football continues to pulse through Rio's crowded streets. What began as a game of joy and survival among the people is now evolving, its raw energy shaping a style of play unlike any other. Let us step deeper into these vibrant neighborhoods, where the ball dances under nimble feet and a new kind of football takes shape. Imagine yourself watching a match unfold on a sunlit patch of earth, the air alive with the sound of bouncing balls and distant samba. As we explore the rise of street football, a creative force that will define Brazil's place in the world's game. Picture yourself in a Rio favela in the 1920s, standing at the edge of a makeshift pitchy stretch of hard-packed dirt wedged between leaning shacks and laundry lines. The air is warm, carrying the faint scent of roasted corn from a nearby vendor and the rhythmic pulse of samba drifting from an open window. A group of young players, their clothes patched and faded, chase a worn leather ball, their bare feet moving with a grace that seems to defy the uneven ground. This is Futebol de Rua, street football, a game born in the favela, where creativity and improvisation transform the sport into something vibrant, fluid, and distinctly Brazilian. As we linger here, let the lively yet soothing rhythm of their play unfold, a story of skill and spirit crafted to calm and captivate. Street football is the heart of the favela's game, a world away from the structured matches of the elite clubs. Imagine the pitch, no pristine grass or white lines, just a patch of earth marked by stones or chalk, with goals fashioned from crates or old tires. The players, ranging from children to young adults, move with an instinctive flair, weaving around obstacles, a stray bucket, a wandering goat with the ball seemingly glued to their feet. The sound of the ball's stud mixes with shouts of encouragement and the occasional burst of laughter, as a clever trick sends a defender stumbling. The air is thick with dust, stirred by quick steps, and the faint tang of sweat lingers, a testament to the game's intensity. The style of Futebol de Rua is defined by its freedom. Without rigid rules or coaches, the players develop a game that prizes creativity over structure. Picture a boy, no older than 12, flicking the ball over an opponent's head with a delicate touch, his movements as natural as breathing. Another player spins, the ball rolling under his foot in a move called a dribble de vaco, playful taunt that draws cheers from onlookers perched on nearby steps. These tricks, born from necessity on cramped pitches, become the foundation of Brazil's football identity, a style that flows like water, unpredictable and mesmerizing. The sound of samba in the distance seems to guide their rhythm, each pass and fainter dance to an unseen beat. The community is the lifeblood of these games. Imagine neighbors gathering, some leaning against walls, others sitting on crates, their voices weaving a tapestry of support and friendly rivalry. Women, balancing baskets of laundry, pause to watch, their smiles bright as a goal is scored. Older players mentor the young, teaching tricks like the quick flick of the ball to confuse a defender pass down like family secrets. The matches are endless, stretching from morning to dusk, halted only by rain or darkness. The ball, often a patched relic or a bundle of rags, is a precious thing, its loss mourned like a friend until a new one is found or made. Yet, the challenges of street football are ever present. The pitches are unforgiving maja, a player wincing as his foot grazes a sharp stone, or a game paused to clear broken glass swept in by the wind. Equipment is scarce. A burst ball might mean days without play, and shoes are a luxury, leaving feet calloused and bruised. The favela's poverty casts a shadow. Players often juggle work or chores, their games squeezed into stolen moments between hauling water or helping at market stalls. Tensions can flare, too. A rough tackle might spark a heated argument, though the community's shared love for the game usually restores peace, the air settling with apologies and laughter. This street football is more than a game. It's a crucible where Brazil's footballing soul is forged. Imagine watching a young player, his eyes bright with focus, weaving through a crowd of defenders, his movements a promise of greatness. These favelas, with their dust and dreams, are nurturing a style that will captivate the world, a flair that will carry Brazil's name far beyond its shores. As the sun dips low, casting long shadows across the pitch, the game winds down, the players' laughter softening into the evening's quiet hum. Let this vibrant scene linger, its energy a gentle tide, carrying you toward the next chapter of Brazil's football story. As the dust of the favela pitch settles and the rhythmic pulse of street football fades into the evening, as quiet hum, we linger on the vibrant energy of those makeshift games. The flair and creativity born in Rio's alleys are not just a pastime but a spark, nurturing talents that will one day shine on the world stage. Let us now follow the path of one such player, a boy whose skill and spirit will carry him from the favelas to global stardom. Imagine yourself in a small, crowded home, the air warm with the scent of worn leather and hope, as we trace the rise of a legend whose story weaves through Brazil's football heart. Picture yourself in the early 1940s, in a modest home in the favela of Buru, a small town in São Paulo state. The air is warm, tinged with the earthy scent of red clay and the faint aroma of coffee brewing on a wood stove. You stand in a cramped room, its walls of rough plaster patched with newspaper, where a family gathers around a single oil lamp, its soft glow casting shadows on a dirt floor. A boy, no older than 10, sits polishing a worn leather football with a rag, his fingers tracing its frayed stitches. This is Edson Arantes do Nascimento, known to the world as Pelé, a child of the favelas whose talent will transform football and etc. Brazil's name into history. As we follow his story, let the gentle rhythm of his journey unfold, a tale of humble beginnings and quiet triumphs crafted to soothe and captivate. S world is one of simplicity and struggle. Imagine waking in his home, a single room shared with his parents and siblings, the air heavy with the damp of early morning. His father, Dondinho, a former footballer sidelined by injury, earns a modest living, while his mother, Celeste, tends to the household, her hands rough from scrubbing laundry. The family's life is a constant balance, meals of rice and beans, sometimes stretched thin, the scent of simmering broth, a daily comfort. Young Edson, nicknamed for reasons even he can't recall, finds joy in football, kicking a rag ball through Boru's dusty streets, his bare feet toughened by years on uneven ground. The sound of the ball's soft thud, mingled with children's laughter, fills the air, a fleeting escape from the weight of poverty. Football is S' refuge. Picture him playing in the streets, his small frame darting between older boys, the ball seeming to obey his will as he weaves through makeshift goals of crates and stones. His style, honed in the chaos of football de rua, is instinctive quick flicks, daring spins, a natural grace that draws murmurs from onlookers leaning against tin walls. The air carries the scent of dust and sweat, the distant rhythm of samba guiding his movements like a heartbeat. He plays barefoot, his soles blackened by the earth, learning tricks like the dribble de vaca from older players, his eyes bright with focus. These games, endless under the tropical sun, are where his talent takes shape, unnoticed yet by the world beyond the favela. His journey to stardom begins quietly. Imagine at 11, spotted by a local coach, Valdemar de Brito, during a street match. The coach, a former player himself, sees something extraordinary in the boy's fluid movements, his ability to anticipate the ball's path. Valdemar invites Pel to join a youth team, Bauru Atletico Club, where he plays on a proper pitch for the first time. Picture him stepping onto the grass, the blades soft under his borrowed boots, their leather creaking with each step. The field, though modest, feels vast compared to the alleys, and the crowd, mostly families and friends, adds a new weight to his play. His first goal, a curling shot past a stunned goalkeeper, sparks cheers that linger in the air, a moment of pride for his family watching from the sidelines. The path is not without hardship. Imagine, still a boy, working odd jobs to help his family shining shoes or selling peanuts at the market. His hands sticky with sap, his mind on the game. The family's poverty means no new boots, no proper equipment, and long walks to marches. The sun beating down on his neck. Injuries are a constant risk on rough pitches, and a twisted ankle once keeps him sidelined for weeks. The pain a quiet reminder of the game's physical toll. Yet, his passion endures, fueled by his father, his stories of football, his glory, and his mother, his quiet encouragement. The community rallies around him, neighbors pooling coins to buy him a real ball. Their faith in his talent, a warmth that carries him forward. By his mid-teens, skill draws wider attention. Picture him at 15, traveling to Santos, a coastal city, to trial for Santos FC, a club with growing fame. The journey, by rattling bus over dusty roads, is long, the air thick with diesel and anticipation. In Santos, he steps onto a proper stadium pitch, its grass worn but smooth, the stands looming larger than anything he's known. His trial is a blur of quick passes and daring shots, his barefooted finesse now honed in proper boots. Their leather sent a new constant. The coaches, struck by his speed and vision, sign him, and soon he's playing professionally. His name whispered in the stands, a boy from the favelas on the cusp of greatness. As you imagine returning home, the ball tucked under his arm, the favela's lights flickering in the dusk, his story feels like a quiet promise. His rise is not just a personal triumph, but a beacon for the favelas, where dreams are born on dusty pitches. The air grows still, the scent of coffee fading, and his journey points toward a world stage where Brazil's football will shine. Let this tale linger, its gentle rhythm a tide carrying you toward the next chapter of this vibrant history. As the flickering lights of Favela fade into the quiet of the night, his journey from the dusty streets to the cusp of stardom lingers, a testament to the dreams born in Brazil's vibrant communities. His rise is not just a personal triumph, but a spark that ignites the nation's hopes, carrying the spirit of football de rua to a global stage. Let us now step from the narrow alleys of Bauru to the electric atmosphere of a world watching, where Brazil's footballers, led by a young, claim their first great victory. Imagine yourself in a crowded Rio bar, the air alive with the crackle of a radio, as we recount the 1958 World Cup triumph, a moment that will echo through history. Picture yourself in Rio de Janeiro, June 1958, seated in a small, crowded bar tucked into a bustling street near Copacabana Beach. The air is warm, heavy with the scent of cachaça and roasted peanuts. As patrons clustered around a crackling radio, its static-less voice broadcasting from far-off Sweden, you're surrounded by a mix of workers, shopkeepers, and fishermen, their faces lit by the dim glow of oil lamps, their eyes fixed on the radio as if it holds the nation's heartbeat. This is the moment Brazil's national team, with a 17-year-old at its heart, steps onto the world stage in the 1958 World Cup, a triumph that will cement football as Brazil's soul. As we linger in this electric yet fleeting moment, let the gentle rhythm of the story unfold, a tale of glory and unity crafted to soothe and captivate. The journey to Sweden is a bold leap for Brazil. Imagine the team boarding a plane, its propellers humming through the night, carrying players from Rio, snow, polo, and beyond. Many, come from humble roots, their boots still carrying the dust of favela pitches. The squad, led by coach Vicente Fiala, is a blend of youth and experience, with stars like Garancy, whose dazzling dribbles echoed the street games, and Didi, a midfielder with a calm precision. The air on the plane is thick with anticipation, the scent of leather and liniment mingling as players clutch their kits, dreaming of victory. Sweden, with its cool, green fields, feels a world away from Brazil's sunlit streets, yet the team carries the rhythm of samba in their play. The World Cup begins with cautious hope. Picture Brazil's first matches, played on pristine European pitches, the grass soft underfoot, a stark contrast to the favela's dirt. The crowd's cheers, distant through the radio, blend with the static as Brazil faces Austria and England, their style fluid, creative, almost playful, catching opponents off guard. The youngest player starts on the bench, his presence a quiet promise. Against the Soviet Union, he enters the field, his borrowed boots creaking, and scores his first World Cup goal, a deft flick that sends the ball curling past the keeper. The bar in Rio erupts, glasses clinking, voices rising in a cheer that feels like a wave breaking. Yet the moment passes, settling back into the radio's hum. The final against Sweden is the pinnacle. Imagine the scene in Stockholm, June 29, 1958. The stadium packed with 50,000 spectators, their breath visible in the cool air. Brazil's yellow and green kits gleam under the northern sun. The players' movements a dance of precision and flair. Now a starter scores twice, one a daring lob over a defender, the ball dropping gently into the net, the other a header that seals a 5-2 victory. The radio in Rio crackles with the announcer's voice, his words barely keeping pace with the crowd's roar. In the bar, strangers embrace, their laughter mingling with the clatter of chairs, the air electric yet fleeting, a shared joy that binds the nation. This triumph is more than a sporting victory. It's a cultural milestone. Picture the streets of Rio after the final whistle, alive with celebration samba, drums pounding, fireworks bursting in the night sky, their sharp scent drifting over the city. The favelas, too, come alive, their residents spilling into alleys, dancing under flickering lamps, their voices a chorus of pride. To win Brazil's first World Cup title proves the nation's style-born in the favelas thus can conquer the world. Yet, the moment carries a quiet weight. For every player, like countless others, remain in the favelas, their dreams unfulfilled, their games played on borrowed time between work and survival. The challenges of this moment linger beneath the glory. Imagine the players' exhaustion, their bodies aching from the tournament's grind, their kits soaked with sweat and grass stains. Injuries, like Garrincha's strained knee, are a constant shadow, treated with little more than liniment and hope. Back home, the celebration masks inequalities. Many in the bar can't afford a radio, let alone a trip to a stadium. The team's return is a quiet affair for some, their families waiting in humble homes, the scent of rice and beans, a reminder of daily struggles. Yet, the victory's joy is undeniable, a fleeting escape that unites rich and poor, favela and elite, in a shared dream. As you imagine the bar emptying, the radio falling silent, the night settling over Rio, the 1958 triumph feels like a tide turning. Brazil's football, born in the streets, has claimed a global stage, its rhythm echoing far beyond the air grows still, the scent of peanuts fading, and the story of this victory carries you forward, a gentle wave toward the next chapter of Brazil's football legacy. As the cheers of Rio's crowded bar fade into the night and the crackle of the radio grows silent, the triumph of 1958 lingers, a moment when Brazil's football spirit captured the world. The victory, born from the flair of favela streets, is more than a trophy. It's a thread woven into the nation's soul, binding communities across divides. Let us now step back from the global stage to the heart of Brazil's neighborhoods, where football becomes more than a game, it becomes a way of life, a rhythm that pulses through every alley and home. Imagine yourself in a sunlit favela, the air alive with the beat of carnival drums, as we explore how football shaped Brazil's cultural identity, a story crafted to soothe and carry you deeper into rest. Picture yourself in a Rio de Janeiro favela in the decades following 1958, standing on a hillside where the city sprawls below, its skyline a mix of concrete and shimmering sea. The air is warm, carrying the scent of sun-baked earth and the faint sweetness of mangoes sold at a nearby stall. In the distance, the rhythmic pulse of samba drums, a constant heartbeat, while closer by, the thud of a leather ball against a dirt pitch marks the start of another match. Football is no longer just a sport in Brazil. It is the nation's lifeblood, a force that unites diverse communities, from the favelas to the affluent suburbs, in a shared passion. As we linger in this vibrant world, let the gentle rhythm of this cultural tapestry unfold, a tale of unity and pride woven to calm and captivate. Football's place in Brazil's heart is rooted in its ability to bridge divides. Imagine a favela street, its houses a patchwork of tin and brick, where Afro-Brazilians, indigenous families, and Portuguese descendants live side by side. The pitch, a cleared patch of earth marked by stones, draws them together. A match begins, and players, some in tattered shirts, others barefoot, move as one, their laughter and shouts mingling with the clatter of cooking pots from nearby homes. The crowd, perched on crates or leaning against walls, is a mosaic of Brazil's diversity. A fisherman cheering beside a factory worker, a grandmother clapping alongside a young girl. The game's rhythm, like the samba that drifts through the air, binds them, erasing, for a moment, the lines of class and race. The sport's rituals weave into daily life. Picture a Sunday morning, the air cool before the sun climbs high, as families gather to watch a local team play. The pitch is alive with color players in mismatched kits, their shirts faded but bright with pride, chasing a ball that's seen countless games. Spectators bring offerings of food bread rolls, roasted corn, or cups of sugarcane juice shared freely as the game unfolds. The sound of the ball's thud is a constant, punctuated by cheers when a goal is scored, the joy rippling through the crowd like a wave. These matches are more than sport. They are celebrations, moments where the community's spirit shines, its struggles solved by shared hope. Football also shapes Brazil's broader culture. Imagine a carnival in Rio, the streets pulsing with dancers in vibrant costumes, their movements echoing the flair of futebol de rua. The samba schools, preparing for the parade, incorporate football into their themes, with floats depicting players or giant balls, the air thick with the scent of sweat and sequins. Radio stations, their voices crackling through tinny speakers. Braw, OAD, CAST matches alongside samba, blending the two rhythms into a national soundtrack. In bars and homes, conversations turn to football as naturally as to family or work, the sport a common language that transcends the divides of wealth or region. Yet, this cultural embrace is not without its shadows. The favelas' passion for football exists alongside their hardships. Picture a player, his talent dazzling, pausing the game to help his mother carry water, his hands rough from hauling boots. The pitches, often shared with livestock or laundry lines, are reclaimed by daily life when the match ends, the stones marking goals swept aside. Inequality lingers while the elite watch matches in stadiums, their seats cushioned. Many in the favelas listen on borrowed radios, their dreams of playing professionally stifled by lack of access to proper training or equipment. The sport unites, but it cannot erase the gaps between those who play for love and those who can afford to chase glory. Football's role as a cultural force extends beyond the Imagine a small town far from Rio, its single radio crackling with news of a national team match, uniting villagers in a shared moment of pride. The game's heroes, become symbols of possibility. Their stories told in schools and homes, inspiring children to kick rag balls in dusty yards. Festivals, weddings, and even religious gatherings weave football into their fabric. Priests might bless a local team, their prayers mingling with the scent of incense, while children reenact World Cup goals in churchyards. The sport is a thread in Brazil's identity, stitching together a nation of contrasts. As you picture the favela pitch growing quiet, the sun dipping low, the air cooling as the drums soften, football's place in Brazil's heart feels like a gentle tide. It is a force that lifts spirits, binds communities, and carries dreams, even amid struggle. The players disperse, the ball resting in the dust, and the story of this cultural embrace lingers, a rhythm that flows toward the next chapter of Brazil's football legacy. As the samba drums fade and the favela's vibrant pitch grows quiet under the evening sky, the rhythm of football as Brazil's cultural heartbeat lingers, uniting communities in a shared passion. Beyond the global triumphs and national pride, there are countless unsung heroes whose talents light up the dusty fields of the favelas, shaping the game in ways that echo far beyond their neighborhoods. Let us now step closer to these local figures, their stories woven into the fabric of Brazil's football legacy. Imagine yourself back on a sunlit street, the air warm with the scent of dust and community. As we explore the role of local heroes, their quiet contributions a gentle tide carrying us deeper into this soothing history. Picture yourself in a Rio favela in the 1960s, standing at the edge of a crowded pitch, where the earth is packed hard by countless games and the air carries the faint tang of charcoal fires and ripe fruit from a nearby market. The sun hangs low, casting long shadows across a makeshift field marked by stones and old crates, where a group of players chase a weathered leather ball. Among them are young men and boys whose names may never reach the world's stage, but whose skill and spirit breathed life into the game. These are the local heroes of the favelas, players whose talents, honed in the streets, shaped Brazil's football culture from the ground up. As we linger in their world, let the steady rhythm of their story unfold. A tale of community and resilience, crafted to soothe and captivate. In the favelas, every pitch has its legends. Imagine a young man named Joe, known in his neighborhood as Devento Wind Foot for his blistering speed. His frame is lean, his clothes patched from years of wear, but his feet dance with the ball, weaving through defenders with a flick or a spin that draws gasps from the crowd. The air is alive with the thud of the ball and the rhythmic shouts of onlookers. Perched on crates or leaning from tin-roofed shacks, Joe's story is one of many players like him, known only to their communities, are the backbone of Futebol de Rua, their tricks and tenacity inspiring the next generation. Their games, played under the watchful eyes of neighbors, carry the scent of dust and sweat, a testament to their unrelenting spirit. These local heroes are not just players but mentors and symbols. Picture Joe pausing a match to show a younger boy how to curve the ball, his hands guiding small feet to mimic the dribble da vaca, the move passed down like a family heirloom. The boy listens, his eyes wide, the ball's worn leather warm under his touch. In the evenings, Joe might share stories of his own heroes, players like Garins, whose bow-legged brilliance he saw on a crackling radio broadcast. The community gathers around such figures, their marchers a ritual that binds families and friends. Women, balancing baskets of laundry, cheer from the sidelines, while elders nod approvingly, their voices weaving tales of past games into the present. The lives of these heroes are woven with hardship. Imagine Joe rising before dawn, his hands rough from hauling crates at a market to support his family, the scent of fish and diesel clinging to his skin. His games are squeezed between shifts, his body aching from long hours, yet the pitch is his refuge. The equipment is scarce, a ball shared by dozens, its stitches fraying, or goals marked by rusted barrels that collapse under a stray kick. Injuries are common on the uneven ground. A twisted ankle or bruised shin might mean days without work, a quiet burden carried in silence. The favela's poverty limits their dream scouts rarely venture into these streets, and the path to professional clubs is a distant hope, like a star barely visible in the city's haze. Yet, their contributions ripple outward. Picture a local match drawing a crowd, the air thick with the hum of voices and the clatter of cooking pots from nearby homes. Joe's dazzling run or a perfectly timed pass sparks cheers that echo through the alleys, inspiring children to mimic his moves in their own games. Some of these local heroes become coaches, organizing youth teams on borrowed fields. Their voice is steady as they teach discipline and flair. Others, like a player named, so known for his thunderous shots, become storytellers, their tales of epic matches shared over cups of coffee, the air warm with the scent of roasted beans. These figures keep the game alive, their passion a spark that lights the favela's spirit. The impact of these heroes extends beyond the pitch. Imagine a community rallying to repair a flood-damaged field, their hands working together to clear mud and reset stones. Joe at the center, his laughter a beacon of hope. Their games foster unity, easing tensions between rival families or neighborhoods. The ball a shared language that soothes disputes. Even as inequality casts its shadow, many players lack the means to chase professional dreams. Their skill shapes Brazil's football identity, their flair echoing in the national team's style. The world may celebrate, but the favelas know their own stars, their names carried in whispers and cheers. As you picture the pitch growing quiet, the sun dipping below the hillside, the air cooling as the crowd disperses, the story of these local heroes feels like a gentle current, their lives marked by struggle and joy are the unseen roots of Brazil's football passion, their legacy woven into every dusty game. The ball rests in the fading light, the scent of charcoal fading, and their tale carries you forward, a soothing tie toward the next chapter of this vibrant history. As the cheers of the favela's local heroes fade into the evening's quiet hum, their stories linger, a testament to the resilience and passion that pulse through Brazil's football culture. These unsung players, weaving their magic on dusty pitches, are the heartbeat of the game, yet their dreams often collide with the stark realities of their world. Let us now step deeper into the favelas, where the joy of football meets the weight of hardship. Imagine yourself standing in a narrow alley, as rain begins to fall, the air heavy with the scent of wet earth. As we explore the challenges of inequality that shape the game, a story crafted to soothe and guide you gently toward rest. Picture yourself in a Rio de Janeiro favela in the mid-20th century, standing beneath a tin roof as a soft rain patters against it, the air cool and heavy with the scent of damp earth and rust. The alley before you is narrow, lined with shacks of corrugated metal and weathered wood, their walls leaning under the weight of time. In the distance, the thud of a football echoes, a faint reminder of the game that lights up these streets. Yet, here in the favelas, football's vibrant spirit is tempered by the realities of poverty, where access to resources, training, and opportunity remains a distant hope for many. As we linger in this quiet moment, let the steady rhythm of this story unfold, a tale of struggle and perseverance woven to calm and captivate. Life in the favelas is a constant negotiation with scarcity. Imagine a young player, his hands calloused from hauling water or stacking crates at a market, kicking a patched ball in a fleeting moment of freedom. His home, a single room shared with his family, is lit by a flickering lamp, its walls patched with newspaper to keep out the rain. Meals are simple rice and beans, perhaps a sliver of fish cooked over a small fire, the smoky scent mingling with the damp air. The pitch where he plays is a patch of dirt studded with stones or broken glass, where a single misstep can mean a cut foot or a twisted ankle, injuries that linger without proper care. The ball, often a shared treasure, is worn thin, its stitches fraying, a constant reminder of what little the community can afford. Access to football's opportunities is a steep climb. Picture a talented boy, his dribbles dazzling like dreaming of a professional club. Yet, the path is fraught. Scouts rarely venture into their eyes drawn to the manicured fields of elite academies in São Paulo or Rio's wealthier districts. Joining a club requires money for boots, uniforms, or travel, costs that weigh heavily on a family scraping by. Imagine the boy's mother, her hands rough from washing clothes, counting coins to buy him a pair of second-hand boots, their leather cracked, but still a treasure. Training facilities are scarce, and local pitches are often claimed for other meats market stalls. Laundry lines, or grazing goats leaving games to be squeezed into stolen hours. The weight of inequality shapes the game's rhythm. Picture a match halted by rain, the pitch turning to mud, the players slipping as they chase a soggy ball, their laughter tinged with frustration. Equipment is a luxury. A burst ball might mean weeks without play, and goals made of crates collapse under rough tackles. Health is another barrier. Malnutrition or untreated injuries sap the strength of even the most gifted players, their bodies aching after long days of labor. The community tries to help, pooling resources to fix a pitch or buy a new ball, but the effort is a constant struggle, the air heavy with the clatter of tin roofs and the murmur of tired voices planning for tomorrow. Social divides add another layer. Imagine tensions flaring in a match where players from rival favelas compete, their pride fierce but fragile. A disputed goal can spark arguments, voices rising in the humid air. Though the game's shared love often restores peace, hands clasped in apology. Beyond the favelas, the broader world of Brazilian football mirrors these divides. Elite clubs, with their gleaming stadiums and wealthy sponsors, seem a world apart, their gates closed to most favela players. The dream of following this path is vivid but elusive, like a star glimpsed through the city's haze, reachable only by a few who defy the odds. Yet, amidst these challenges, football remains a beacon. Picture a community gathering after a match, sharing a simple meal of bread and coffee, the air warm with laughter despite the day's hardships. The game offers moments of escape, a chance to forget the weight of poverty, even if briefly. Local heroes, like Joe from the previous tale, inspire hope, their skill a reminder that talent can bloom in the dust. The favelas players persevere, their feet dancing on uneven ground, their dreams carried by every kick. The rain slows, the pitch glistening under the fading light, and the game's spirit endures, a quiet defiance against the barriers of inequality. As you imagine the alley growing still, the rain's soft patter fading, the story of these challenges feels like a gentle tide flowing through the favela's heart. The game, though bound by hardship, is a thread of hope, weaving dreams into the fabric of daily life. The ball rests in the quiet, the scent of wet earth lingering, and this tale carries you forward, a soothing current toward the final chapter of Brazil's football legacy. As the rain softens in the favela's alley and the echoes of the game fade into the damp evening air, the challenges of inequality linger, a quiet reminder of the resilience that fuels Brazil's football passion. Yet, within these struggles, the game remains a beacon, its rhythm pulsing through the streets, uniting communities and sparking dreams that endure beyond the dust and hardship. Let us now step back from the narrow alleys to reflect on the broader legacy of this passion, a force that has shaped Brazil's identity and carried its spirit across the world. Imagine yourself standing by the sea, the air cool with the scent of salt and the distant sound of waves, as we explore football's lasting spirit, a final tale crafted to soothe and guide you into rest. Picture yourself on a quiet stretch of Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro in the late 20th century, where the sand glows faintly under the moonlight and the ocean S-waves lap gently at the shore. The air is cool, carrying the salty temps of the sea and the faint hum of a city winding down, its lights twinkling in the distance. Far off, the rhythmic thud of a football echoes from a nearby street, a sound as constant as the tide. Football, born in the dusty pitches of the favelas and carried to global glory, is more than a sport here. It is a lasting spirit, a force that binds generations and carries dreams across time. As we linger in this serene moment, let the gentle rhythm of this story unfold, a tale of enduring passion crafted to calm and captivate. Football's spirit in Brazil is a vibrant thread, stitching together the nation's diverse tapestry. Imagine a favela match under the morning sun, where children chase a rag ball, their bare feet kicking up clouds of dust, their laughter mingling with the distant pulse of sound. These games, played on uneven ground with goals of crates or stones, are the heartbeat of communities where players young and old find joy amidst daily struggles. The air carries the scent of roasted corn and coffee, shared by spectators perched on steps or leaning from tin-roofed homes. Each goal, each dazzling dribble, is a moment of unity, a fleeting escape from the weight of poverty, its echo reaching far beyond the favela's borders. This spirit transcends the pitch, shaping Brazil's cultural rhythm. Picture a carnival parade, its floats adorned with images of footballers, their vibrant colors swaying to the beat of drums, the air thick with the scent of sweat and sequins. In bars and homes, radios crackle with match commentary, their voices a constant hum that binds families across cities and villages. Football is woven into celebrations, weddings where guests kick a ball in jest, birthdays where children reenact famous goals, their shouts blending with the clink of glasses. The game is a language spoken in every corner of Brazil, from the Amazon's muddy banks to São Paulo's concrete sprawl, uniting people in a shared pride. The legacy of the favelas footballers endures in Brazil's global influence. Imagine the 1970 World Cup, where Brazil's team, led by dazzles the world with a style born in the streets, fluid, creative, a dance of flair and precision. The air in Rio's bars is electric, the crackle of radios carrying every goal, every cheer as the nation claims another title. Players like Garcia, Zico, and later Ronaldo carry forward the favela spirit, their moves echoing the dribble da vaca and of street games. These stars, many from humble roots, inspire children across Brazil who kick makeshift balls in dusty yards, dreaming of their own moment in the sun. Yet, the spirit is not without its quiet struggles. Picture a young player, his talent shining on a favela pitch, but his path to greatness blocked by the same inequalities that shadow his community. The scent of rain on tin roofs lingers, a reminder of pitches turned to mud, of boots too costly to replace. Professional clubs, with their gleaming stadiums, remain distant for most, their gates guarded by wealth and connections. Still, the game persists, its spirit unbroken. Communities rally to support their players, pooling coins for a new ball or clearing a flooded field, their hands working together in the fading light, their laughter a defiance of hardship. Football's lasting spirit is a tide that flows through time. Imagine a modern favela, where a new generation plays under flickering streetlights, their moves as daring as those of their grandparents. The game evolves, women's teams rise, their matches draw in crowds, the air alive with cheers and the scent of fresh paint on new pitches. Brazil's football remains a beacon, its World Cup victories a source of pride, its street style a gift to the world. The ocean's waves, lapping gently at the shore, seem to carry this legacy, a rhythm that endures, connecting past and present in a quiet, unending dance. As you stand by the sea, the moonlight soft on the sand, the distant thud of a football fading into the night. This spirit feels like a gentle tide. Brazil's love for the game, born in the favelas and carried to the world, is a story of resilience, joy, and dreams. The air grows still, the scent of salt lingering, and this tale settles into the quiet, a final wave to carry you toward rest. Conclusion. As the waves of Copacabana beach lap softly against the shore, and the distant rhythm of football fades into the night, we step back from the vibrant world of Brazil's favelas, where the beautiful game became a way of life. We've wandered through the bustling ports where football first arrived, the elite clubs that shaped its early years, and the dusty pitches where the favelas embraced it with passion. We've followed rise from humble streets, celebrated Brazil's 1958 triumph, and felt the game's pulse as a cultural force carried by local heroes and tempered by inequality. Each story, from the thud of a rag ball to the cheers of a nation, reveals the spirit of a people whose love for football flows like a tide through time. Imagine yourself now, far from the sunlit alleys and crowded pitches, resting in the quiet comfort of your own world. The struggles of the favelas, the triumphs of the World Cup, and the dreams of countless players are now just whispers carried away on the ocean's breeze. Let them drift, as you do, toward the gentle embrace of sleep. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Brazil's football history. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and let the tides of time carry you into dreams. Good night.
Bedankt voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. Bedankt voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. En de spelers natuurlijk bedankt. Ook die dames en heren, jongens en meisjes. Bedankt voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. gedaan. Ook niet naar de emergence. Bedankt voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. Bedankt voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal.